is Staff Sergeant Gerard MacNeil, that's G-E-R-A-R-D-M-A-C-N-E-I-L. I'm the unit commander at Kare. I bring you here today, and I thank you very much for coming. The RCMP confirmed today the human remains found on a rural property near Leduc, Alberta on Saturday, September 1st, 2012 are those of Amber Tuccaro, who has been the subject of an RCMP missing person investigation since her disappearance in August 2010. A group of recreational horseback riders came upon what they believed to be a human skull and immediately contacted the RCMP at Leduc. Over the weekend, the remains were identified through dental records, and with the assistance of the Edmonton Medical Examiner's Office and RCMP Forensic Identification Services, Kare investigators became involved. We consider the circumstances surrounding Amber Tuccaro's death to be suspicious. A ground search of the area where her remains were found is underway and is expected to be completed within 48 hours. The Kare investigation into Amber Tuccaro's disappearance continues. This is very sad news for the Tuccaro family, and our thoughts are with them. This discovery brings us closer to finding out what happened to Amber. Amber Tuccaro, a resident of Fort McMurray, Alberta, was visiting the Edmonton area when she was last seen in the early evening hours of August 18, 2010 in Leduc County, Alberta. She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and had brown eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was only 20 years old and weighed 144 pounds. Had black hair with blonde streaks and may have been wearing a purple bench brand hoodie. On August 28th this year, Kare investigators asked for the public's help in identifying the voice of a person of interest in this case and released a voice recording taken from a cell phone conversation between Amber and the person she was with in the vehicle, an unknown male, on the night she disappeared. Investigators believe the male voice on the tape belongs to someone who could assist us in our investigation. The recording, which runs approximately 2 minutes, is now available to the public online at www.careca or www.albertamissingpersons.ca. There is no connection between the latest discovery and the audio tape we released last week. However, the RCMP is extremely grateful for the help we have received from the public in response to the tape. Anyone who has information related to the Amber's disappearance is asked to call the RCMP Kare Unit toll-free at 1-877-412-KARE, that's 5273, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Thank you. Take a few questions. I would describe it as an exceptional response. The websites that I mentioned received over 8,000 hits in a 24-hour period following the release, and from that we've received a substantial number of tips.
Getting closer to finding out who this guy is?
It's hard to say. I believe that these tips need to be fully investigated by our people, and but we are hopeful with the response we've received, and we remain optimistic.
Can you see?
There was no connection between the discovery here and that lead you here?
No, it did not.
What did lead you here, if you could say?
Yes, a group of people were here horseback riding, and they were on the trails near here, and they looked down and they appeared to see human remains. It was in fact a skull. They went to their residence and immediately contacted the RCMP at Leduc.
Can you tell us whose property we're on right now?
I cannot.
Were the remains in a close area?
Yes, it is.
Were the remains confined in a close area, or were they sort of scattered apart?
As you can see in the background, the search is underway right now, so I can say that more remains have been found, but I can't answer the question completely.
Had this area been searched before?
We have conducted searches in Leduc County prior to this, but I'm not prepared to say where those searches were conducted.
Any way to tell how long these remains have been?
That's for the ME, and I won't be commenting on that.
Was it dental records that were able to the ME to identify?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
How would you describe the area that we're in here? Is this a secluded spot? Is it heavily wooded, or?
I would suggest to you that this is very typical for the Alberta landscape. It's obviously farm property with wooded areas along the perimeters of the property.
How many people are on scene right now searching?
I don't have an exact number, but I'd estimate there's 40 people on the scene.
And all RCMP members?
All RCMP right now. We have had civilian volunteers in here since the initial discovery, including the dog teams as well as civilian search and rescue
Sorry, I may have missed it. When were the remains found?
on Saturday
Saturday afternoon, morning, night.
afternoon.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, this might be just maybe misunderstanding something. You talked about remains. Is there a chance that there's more than one victim here?
We're not investigating more than one victim. We've only found the remains of one person.
Did the RCP have any clue as to who this man is on this recording? Do you have your suspicions?
No, we only have what, we have the voice, and we have tips coming in. People, as you can imagine, are imagining that it may be someone they know, and we have to investigate that.
Is he still a person of interest, not a suspect? Or?
He's still a person of interest, yes.
Two more questions.
The conditions of the remains, can you comment at all on them, or if they've been bothered by, I guess, environmental factors or anything like that?
I'm sorry, I won't comment on that.
And one final question. Thank you very much.
Thank you.